Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and this is Ms. Elizabeth Crochet. Thank you for joining. Uh, this is my video on how to get this Red Heart Granny Square all-in-one yarn. All-in-one Granny Square? Well, here she is. I can just read it. Red Heart Granny Square All-in-One, or Granny All-in-One Square. Depends on how you choose to read it, I guess. I don't know how they meant to say it, but I call it the Granny Square All-in-One. I know a lot of people get this yarn, or they have gotten this yarn and been frustrated with it because if you follow the pattern on the yarn, you can get a little bit frustrated because if you use the 5.5 hook and you have a different tension or whatever, it may not turn out. You may have to frog it and try, and a lot of people just can't make it work. I've seen a lot of videos. I watch a lot of YouTube. I am a YouTube consumer, and I subscribe to many YouTube channels, YouTube crochet channels. That's not all. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch more YouTube than anything else. But anyway, I've seen a lot of different reviews on the Granny Square yarn. I really love color changing yarns, and when this came out, I always wanted to do a Granny Square blanket. I've been crocheting for 45 years, and one of the things that I've always really disliked, I don't really want to use a really strong term like hate, but because I don't prefer that word anyway, but I don't have a lot of patience for having to change a color, cut off, change the color, tie back, tie on a new color every round. Cut, tie on, cut, tie on, cut, tie on. So I just haven't done one of these all this time. I love a Granny Square blanket for somebody else to do, because I just don't have the patience. Ain't nobody got time for that. Not me. This somebody ain't got time for that. I don't have the patience for that. I have the patience for learning how to do this. So when Red Heart came out with the Granny Square All-in-One, or the All-in-One Granny Square, the no color switching, keep on stitching yarn, I was like, yes, please. I would like to have some of that for me. Thank you, please. So I waited, and then I watched videos on how it was going to work. Then I was disappointed and heartbroken because it wasn't going to work. What? You mean you have to try hard and it's not going to... Wait a minute. So I watched a whole lot more videos of everybody's different opinions on this yarn. And I was like, oh, so it's not really that it doesn't work, it's that you got to figure it out. So I did make the purchase. Now, when I made the previous video that I haven't posted because I wasn't satisfied with it, because I happen to be very hard on myself, I noticed that I said, I can't really remember where I ordered my Red Heart Granny Square All-in-One, or All-in-One Granny Square yarn. I can't remember whether I ordered it from Joanne, because she did exist then. They did exist then. I don't know whether to call her a her or them a them, or anyway, I tend to refer to Joanne as a her, because it's it's the name is a lady's name. But anyway, I can't remember if I purchased it from, you will hear me say purchased, it's because I tend to say that because it's spelt that way. So if I say that, it's not because I'm copying off of that lady on the TikTok or Facebook. It's because I say that because it's spelt that way. It's just a thing for me. But anyway, I bought it either from Joanne or Yarnspirations. I don't remember. Somebody had a good sale on it, and I bought a box full of it back in the days. It was about a year ago, approximately. Maybe a little less than a year. I can't remember. But I know in my email somewhere I will have an invoice. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I bought 4 colors, and I made a whole bunch of squares. And what I did was I sat down with the different colors, and I fought with this yarn. I didn't really fight with it, but you know, I worked with it until I figured out how to unlock it. I say unlocked it because there's a key to it, and I did that. These squares on this blanket are all put together a different way, pretty much. And I wouldn't say that any of these are very pretty. If you get up close to them, you're like, ooh, it looks like an amateur did that. Well, for me, in my eyes, when I was finally putting this together just a few days ago, I had a box full of squares. Well, it wasn't a box, but it's a little bit of an exaggeration. But I had a lot of squares. I think it's 72 squares or something like that. It's a lot. A lot of squares. I had all of these squares to put together, and I was using these to put it together, and then, you know, do the join as you go method to put it together. I was looking at the squares up close going, oh my gosh, that looks awful up close. That's because each one, you know, I was trying to find how to. I guess this video is supposed to be about this yarn, so let's look at the label. It is Red Heart, Granny Square all-in-one. Granny all-in-one square? I mean, that makes sense. It is a granny, and it's all-in-one square. No color switching, keep on stitching. That is my favorite thing. So, on the label, it has a picture of this vest, and inside the label there's a pattern for that vest. There is also a pattern inside this label, directions, a pattern, whatever, to do a granny square, a basic granny square, which is what you're going to be making with this yarn. You can follow that pattern, and maybe you'll be in luck following the pattern and using a 5.5 millimeter hook. You might get lucky. You might have the perfect tension, and you might get lucky and be able to do that. I have seen somebody do it on a YouTube video, and they had luck. Not very many. It just is what it is. You will not hear me disrespect, complain, gripe about Red Heart. I love them. They are my friend. My granny taught me to crochet when I was 8 years old, and crocheting is one of my favorite things in the world. And Red Heart is too, because of my granny. And hold that thought. This my granny. That's her. This is she, to be grammatically correct. And there's a glare from my ring camera, of course, or my ring light. But that's her, or this is she. Back in the days, she is gone now. She has since transitioned. But she did teach me not only to crochet, but to sew. And I love to do both. So, anyway, she taught me to crochet, with Red Heart yarn. And I love all of their yarn. The whole kit and caboodle. In fact, I'm doing a blanket for one of my daughters with bitty stripes. Plug that too. Red Heart, if you run across me, you can be my sponsor and I will plug the heck out of y'all every video. I'm doing I don't have a pattern for this. It's my own. This is Bitty Stripes Horizon. And I'm do a Join As You Go with Galaxy. Over there, you will see there's a sweater under a sweater under a scarf in Bitty Stripes Rainbow. And then actually the sweater underneath on the mannequin is Unicorn Mane. And then the scarf on top, the pocketed scarf, is Rainbow. So I do like Bitty Stripes a lot. So anyway, that's not that, you know, I'm not doing a video right now about Bitty Stripes, but I just wanted to slide that in there. So here we go. I've done 2 now from this one. And I'm going to try to not make this video as long as I did the previous video that I didn't post, and I'm not going to post. It ended up being 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm probably going to pause. I'm going to start on the row, pause, finish, come back. That way it won't be so long and chatty. I mean, you guys got to know me at some point and stuff, and I can chat the whole time and you guys can get to know me that way, but you know, we'll probably not make these videos that stinking long. 1 hour and 20 minutes is a bit much, I think. So we can save that for lives at some point when I go live. So let me finish the label. The labels, how they do these. If you're not familiar with the Granny Square yarn, the color, this is called Black Dash Cyberleaf. Black is the color on the border of the square. That's what you're going to border it with if you want to do a blanket. If you want to do it that way, it's up to you. You could just make this whole thing the motif and make a different color of the border if you wanted to. It's yours. Do what you want. You don't even have to make it into a blanket. You can do a balaclava, you can do a scarf, you can do a purse, you can do whatever you want. Granny squares, you can do a sweater, whatever you want to do. But anyway, black is the border. This is soft white. This is soft white. The border is soft white. And then it's pink punch. That's pink punch. The motif is pink punch. This is cyberleaf. The motif is cyberleaf. The border is black. That's how they do that in their colors on the Granny Square. So, just describing how they do their colors on these. Also, something I really love about all Red Heart yarn, you know where you're going to pull from the center or the outside. It shows you on the label. And of course, I'm going to have trouble finding it where it's, right here. Has a little skein. It points to which end is which. You're never going to have to dig it and end up with yarn barf, because you can't find the center pull. So there. This is going to get a little saucy there. So anyway, here we go. One thing about the Granny Square yarn is your first color. is very, very long. Very, very exceedingly long. You don't need this much for the little bitty square right here. Your little bitty you don't. I don't know why they gave you an exceedingly lot amount. Maybe they wanted you to cut it off and join with. I don't know. You don't. You're not. You have. You're probably gonna. I don't know why. You are just gonna do 4 little clusters with it. So why? I'm confused. But anyway, I'm not complaining. There's no negativity. It's just a confusion issue. It's a lot. It goes and it goes and it goes and it goes. So anyway, I usually get out about this much, and then I make my magic circle. It says on the label to do a chain 4, I do believe. I can't make a granny square that way. You would think after 45 years of crochet, oops, I don't even, I was about to do a double crochet, and I don't start mine that way. I start mine with a single crochet, stacked single crochet. Anyway, yeah, it's very, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, so I'm going to pause this here, and then I'll be back. I'm doing this round with a 6. I'm going to do 2 double crochet, 2 chains. I start my round, this first round, with 1 cluster, and then I will chain 1. I will do my next cluster. No, I will chain, back that up. I will chain 2, and then let me just do it since it's not that long of a round. Yeah, I hear Kelsie talking about she's not making hers the same way the pattern says. And there I chain 2. She's talking about the texture of red heart varying, and the texture of this being nice. And I agree with both of those statements. In fact, some of this white was a little more scratchy than this, actually. This is actually a little softer, I find. Okay, I started this a little farther in than I needed to. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pull it out, because I'm going to need 2 more double crochets, and I only have that much green left. So let me pull it out. I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to go back. Okay, I got all the way around. I have 4 clusters. I ended right on the money. 2 chains between, 2 chains, 2 chains in between each cluster, and 2 chains at the end where I have to end, and I still have to join. So I'm going to pull this tight. And join it up. And it's okay that I joined that with the next color. You're not going to see that. And it's not going to waste any yarn for the next round. And it looks good. And Kelsie is struggling over there. That's the joy of this yarn. Okay, I'm trying to remember now which one. Okay, I'm pretty sure I do this next one, the second round with a 6, and the same way as I did this first round. But here we go. I'm gonna go and do 2 chains in the corners and a chain in between. So I'm gonna pause it and go around and let you know when I get around. That worked out perfectly. So to review, we did size 6. We did 2 chains on the corners in between the clusters. We did 1 chain in between on the sides. Size 6. Now we're going to, and we ended with just a little bit of the next color on the second chain on the join, and reviewing how I do mine. And you don't have to do yours that way. You do it however you want. I don't flip my grannies. A lot of people flip their grannies back and forth. I don't, so it may not work. I don't know. I don't do mine this way. I do a stacked single crochet, but you can do a chain 3. I know that it works with a chain 3 because I tried it, but I still didn't flip. I don't turn my grannies. Well, yeah, I don't flip these. So I did a stacked single crochet. I do 1 granny cluster in the first, starting out the round, and I meet it around and do the second granny cluster in the first corner, and then I do the chain 2 there to meet up, and then I join it. So just so we're clear on how I do mine. You don't have to do yours that way. So now the next round, we do have to change sizes, and that's why I have them out here. Okay, the next round, if I'm not mistaken, is a 5.5. So now tension varies. So also this yarn varies from color to color, also from square to square, I have found. Because the first square that I did on this one, I got this one yesterday at Ollie's. By the way, if you have an Ollie's nearby, till the 12th, they're running a sale. Today is the 9th of November 2025. Till the 12th, they're running a sale on this yarn and the Flower Power for $4.99 a square. Better grab it. I'm going to try to get this video up today. Hopefully you see it today or tomorrow, the 10th, and can go and get you some if you haven't known about the sale. I did my stacked single crochet. I'll do a few of the stitches and then I'll pause it. That way you'll know that I ain't trying to cheat. I just didn't want to make this video super long. So the first one that I did was like an hour and 20 some minutes. And yeah, I don't want to be putting up a video that's way super long. So this is a 5.5. And I'm going to meet you here when I get all the way around. doing one, I'm still doing it the same way that I did the last 2 rounds. And if it doesn't work, I'll let you know. Here I am. 5.5. 1 chain in between on the sides, 2 chain on the corners, and there's my change. Chain, chain, and it's gonna go into the next color, which is fine. That doesn't hurt anything. And join. And there we go. 5.5. With these hooks, I absolutely love these hooks. If you know, you know. Dots. I didn't put my gloves back on when I came back up here, but I need to have them on when I'm crocheting. I have rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis, and my hands have excruciating pain all the time, and I have to make allowances for that, and I have to have special things for them, which these gloves really help. And then I had to get hooks for them too, my hands. This round, I'm pretty sure, is a 5. Round 4 is a 5mm, I think. We're about to find out. I like to pull out my yarn for the round and have it ready to go. It doesn't take me very long. I guess I should have been timing for y'all's benefit, but I didn't think of it ahead of time, so oh well. So anyway, I'm going to do it the same way that I've been doing it. The 1 chain between clusters on the sides and the 2 chains between on the corners. Sound fair? Well, I am having a really bad hair day. Oh well. I'm too old to care. I mean, I do care actually, or I wouldn't have said something. But I'm not messing with it. Not now. It is Oklahoma, and it's windy. And also, I have thin, falling out hair, and it's too hard to make it. He hears things. If you hear ambulances, Lord be with them. That is Beethoven, and I have my camera turned the wrong way for you to see him. I had my other camera going. It's a phone, and it decided it didn't want to. It just, I think it's full. Like I need to do something about the memory on it. The storage, not the memory. Be specific, Elizabeth. The storage. This one has a card in it to store. That one does not have a spot for storage. So when I was trying to record the video I did earlier, it stopped 5 minutes before I was finished. And I was like, oh, rude. So I probably would have attempted to edit the video if it would have gone all the way to the end of my finishing the square, but it did not. And I had both cameras going, but I was like a dummy looking at that one the whole time. So, it didn't work out in my favor. So here I am doing take 2 for the entirety of the video. And yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, and I do that frequently. I got distracted by the video I have on in the background. Oh, yeah, that's something. The yarn label says that it will yield 14 squares. I should have said that when I read the label. It in fact will yield 15 squares. So there's that. Okay, I ran into my black before finishing my last stitch. Now, what I will do before I pull it out is make sure I didn't put an extra stitch somewhere. You know, check my work, because sometimes, and I did, I put an extra double crochet, or I put an extra chain right here. It's supposed to be 1, I put 2, but that's not going to make up for 2 double crochets. So I can choose. This is how we do a correction. I was hoping that I actually would have to do a correction, because so far everything's worked out and I haven't been able to show you how to fix it, or how I fix it. What I do when I have a round where I end up with, so I've got like half a double crochet and a whole double crochet and then 2 chains, which usually if it's just 2 chains, it's no big deal, because you can't see those anyway, because when you connect your next row, it covers that up anyway. So, but a half a double crochet and a double crochet, you're going to see that. So, how I determine what I'm going to do when I frog this, like if I'm going to go down a hook size, or if I'm just going to tighten them, like take it just a few out and tighten up my tension, which is what I'm going to do right now, because I actually crochet rather loosely. This right here, I think that I don't have to do much to fix it. But first, I go back and check to see, did I add a stitch somewhere to mess that up? Because it should have worked actually. Or did I just crochet too loosely? Oh, I thought I added one right there, but I did not. It's just loose. So, I think I'm just going to tighten up my tension, because it should have worked. So I'm going to take it out a little bit and then just tighten it up a little, and it'll work. In fact, I'll probably have some left. If I get it too tight, I will. So watch this. Actually, watch me say that and then it'll not work. Yeah. You can probably tell by the way I hold my yarn that I crochet loosely. But I've watched other people crochet online and see the red dent in their finger, and I'm just like, ouch! You holding that like you got a death grip on it. My Lanta, you're stretching out your yarn. Ew. Ouch. That looks painful. Don't your hands hurt? I talk to my TV, because I watch YouTube on my TV. And so I just sit there and talk to my TV all the time. I've been so busy today that I know I've missed. I subscribe to a lady who is a fellow Okie, Rachael. She had a video drop today. It didn't work. What do you know? And I swore that it was gonna. I still have a whole double crochet to do. All right, well, I'll go down to a 4.5 then. I haven't gotten to see. I'm afraid that if I do that, then this is what I mean by you can go from one square to the next in the same skein of yarn, and it can change on you, and you'll be like, why didn't it work? Did this last two? Because that's the last two. I did 5. So, weird. So, I'm afraid that on this one, I'm going to be left with way too much yarn at the end of this color. We'll see. So I'm gonna pause it, but I'll finish what I was saying. I haven't gotten to see Rachel's video. She had a drop today, and I like to watch her videos. But anyway, here we go. I'm gonna pause it, and I'll meet you back around and let you know how it worked for me. See you when I get there. So, a thing happened. I'm just going to add this on to the end of the video that it happened on. I got to, I was supposed to come back and show you row 4 and then, you know, finish with row 5. And I did not realize that my recording had messed up. So I was sitting here talking away and showing what I thought was, you know, my camera recording, and was not in fact recording. So I had finished, and I need to go and do it again. So what I'm going to do is pause here and go around a whole new granny square to the point where I was when I said I'll be right back. And I'll see you then. Okay, now I'm back, and I had hit the record button, and I'm around. I have made it around round 4 again of this granny square, and I went around it with 4.5 millimeter. I did. I went around with 4.5 millimeter, and I had about this much yarn before the next change. So I pulled it out, and I went back and completed it with a 5. And here we go. This is what I've got. So let me pull a little bit of this black out. So like I said before, every skein is different, every color is different, and sometimes every square is different. Because even like every crocheter has different tension, and every, like our tension, even with each, like ourself, sometimes our tensions change. So I think that's what it is. So I pulled it out because I had that much left, and I just now realized I didn't have my gloves on, and I do need them. Like, I had taken a break to go feed my dogs and let them out and stuff, and I took my gloves off because, you know, I don't want to get dog food or anything like that on them. And wash my hands and all of that. Can't wash my hands and all that with my gloves on. So anywho, I went back around with, what did I say, a 5 or 4.5? Anywho, what I said. A 5. Because I had too much yarn with the 4.5. So, now the last round is for sure a 4 because you want to have, you know, enough yarn to weave in at the end. Oh, my brain sometimes. I wanted to have on one of my, in the background, one of the people that I follow, and she's a fellow Okie. The faded wildflower crochet. Her name is Rachael, and I haven't watched this video yet. This one dropped today, so I will be replaying it after I'm finished with my video, and I hope she doesn't mind that I'm playing it. This is my plug for her, so y'all go watch her. She's good. I'm going to do this last round with a 4 and continue like all of the other rounds. I've decided that this is the way that's going to be now. Two chains on the corners and a chain in between on the sides, and see you when I get back around. Alright, now I'm back. And see, and this is what I was talking about before. Sometimes I use the same, I would think, I use the same tension, the 4mm hook and everything, and I ended up exactly with my 2 chains in between, and you know, joining at the end with exactly the right amount of black and no tail of black. So I will eat into the next one, but you know, we have like 9 yards of green to start with the next one. So I will be weaving in with some of the green from the next one. So there's no problem with that. You just have to really hide it, you know, so it doesn't show on your square. So there's no problem, you know, just hide it well. So I will leave it. I'm not going to pull it out. I'm just going to leave it there. So that's one time around. I'm not going to pull it out and you know, go through all the trouble of redoing it tighter or anything like that. It's just that that's the differences in the granny square yarn. But I still love it. I still love it. You know why? Because like I said, there's no switching. You just keep on stitching. You don't have to pull it apart. I mean, not pull it apart. You do have to pull it apart sometimes. You don't have to cut, join, weave in. There's 2 ends. There's literally this end and this end. That's it. There's no ends in between. Yay. I mean, why complain about that? I'm not going to complain about it. Why complain about having to use a different hook a couple of times? I would rather do that than cut, join, stitch, and then guess what? You don't always get them knots. You don't always get them knots good. I know how to do a good knot. There's that magic knot, you know. There's a good knot you can do. Guess what? Sometimes they fail. Sometimes they do. You don't always get a perfect knot. You don't always get a perfect join. And you don't always, you know, sometimes they fail. Your craft's going to come apart sometimes. Less likely to do that here because you don't have all them joins. You have one continuous yarn. Just all the same yarn. That's one yarn. Just one yarn. Boink. And there you go. A granny square. Thank you, Red Heart. I thank you for joining me on this journey. My second video for my channel. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like my video with a little thumbs up, and possibly share, and come and see me in my other videos, and maybe we can be friends. maybe we can be besties. Anyway, thank you, and see you next time. Bye.